Hello everyone, my name is Caden and welcome back to more Hydraulics Note Elite, Robotics Notes Elite. Last time, well, the expo started, and, it feels like things are about to get scary. Did I load the right save? I think I did. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we've already seen this part. Alright. Let's get to it. I'm starting to get real scared of this game. Akio's been incoherent on the mic for a while now. She keeps messing up what she's supposed to say. The energy she had from the first day is long gone. The fact that Misani is coming here today has completely put her on edge. What kind of motors are you using? The motors are on Mana. I hurriedly input a command and make Model 2 turn on the spot. Akio notices the noise and stops talking. She looks over at me with a blank expression on her face. She doesn't even seem to have realized what she was saying. I shoot my head at her in silence and she comes to her senses.
It's a trade secret.
Good grief, what a handful. Since Akio's busy working the mic, I'm stuck with using the laser gun and operating Model 2 at the same time. Michi only came on the first day, so he's been MIA. I really hope he's properly handling our lodging issue. Mr. Candy shows up daily, but all he ever does is watch the robot with a satisfied look for about an hour before taking off. So aside from the opening day, it's basically just been me and Akio running the booth in Model 2. Command inputs require both hands. The laser transmission gun also requires both hands to properly aim. It's impossible to do both at the same time. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, I've had to use special commands over everything else. Once I input one of these commands, the robot moves by itself for about 30 seconds. I only input a command when Akio gives the order, otherwise I'm holding up the transmission gun. I've never had to work this much in my life. But given there's nobody else here to do it, I have little say in the matter.
Finally, we'll end our performance by showing you our hero super combo. Gunbarl! Do it!
Oh, normally she'd explain over the mic that Gunbarl will be transitioning from Gekisai Daiichi to Blast of Spirit. Did she even forget about that? This Misani stuff must really got her messed up. Whatever, I'll just do as I'm told. I input the Gekisai Daiichi command and immediately pick up the transmission gun from the table next to me and fire. Once Gekisai Daiichi is about to end, I put down the transmission gun and input the next command. The combo ends? When the combo ends, Akio will thank the audience for coming. Or at least she's supposed to, but she doesn't seem to be doing it. She's looking around restlessly. What's she doing? Come on, keep it together. It's when I'm about to warn her. I knows that it's not just Akio who's so restless. Everyone in the audience is whispering a single name, almost like some big game of telephone. Senomiya Misaki has arrived. The rumor propagates like a wave and spreads out amongst the throngs of people. Before long, the whole audience starts moving simultaneously. Not just the audience in front of our booth, but the guests at the other booth are all heading in the same direction. There's little doubt that they're headed to the Exco booth. Everyone's going to see Misani. What should I do? Should we go too? But after my experience with the Sea of Flesh on the first day, I'm a bit weary. Akio, however, sets the mic down, only starts sprinting in the complete opposite direction of the crowd. What is she thinking? Aki-chan!
I'll be back in a bit.
Where are you going?
The staff area. Big Sis should be coming out from over there.
Oh, I guess. She's trying to catch Misani before she goes to the Exco booth. Clever girl. I shut down the power after having Model 2 crouch down and quickly follow after Akio. Eyewitnesses in the staff area say they saw Misani in the corridor. The staff area corridor is off limits to normal visitors, so there's nobody inside. Considering the only thing that separates it and tens of thousands of people is a single wall, the corridor itself is silent, eerily so. However, that proves it convenient for us. We're able to spot Misani from afar. There's only one person other than us in here. That's right, she's right there. She has a sense of elegance to her even in the way she walks. Her back is perfectly straight, like she's filled with limitless confidence. There's no way me or Akio would ever mistake her for anyone else. Nothing has changed since we last saw her in Tanegashima 7 years ago. What in the hell?
Big sis!
Misani! I yell out to her right after Akio. After hearing our voices, she slowly turns around. There you are. Misani is dressed in a tight white suit intended for use with a hug. It's the very same one she wears in the Exco commercials. The suit clearly exposes her natural curves. Gotta admit, it's kinda sexy. The way she was walking alone down the corridor, helmet under her arm, looked like it could have been a movie scene. We finally meet again. After all this time. Something's not right here. Something doesn't add up. The last thing that we ended up seeing, one of the last things we saw last episode was a scene with Misaki being called Wyvern, and she was talking with what sounded like a Sister Centipede. But above all else, there's a certain contradiction that makes no sense to me. The suit. The suit in that cutscene that we saw at the end of last episode was black. But this one's white. Not just that, though. There's another contradiction that doesn't really make sense. Remembering how the dialogue during that scene of Misaki's last episode, it sounded like she was on a boat, because it kept talking about, like, waves or whatever. It's surrounded by blue ocean. But that wouldn't make sense. Like, when was that scene supposed to happen? Like, usually whenever we do these, like, the thing I've noticed with this game is that for the most part, like, I'd say probably maybe like 85% of the time, whenever it comes to, like, showing scenes from other characters' perspectives, it more often than not shows, like, what's going on at the present time. It's not often that it does, like, it's done it before, like, well, I guess I'm kind of wrong, but I don't know, something doesn't feel right, especially with the suit. It's been 7 long years since the day we said our goodbyes at Tanegashima Airport. The only contact I've had with her since then is when she called me last summer. And now that very same Misani is standing right in front of me. The same one that never returned to Tanegashima. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is Misaki. There's something that just doesn't add up to me. Something does not feel right. I want to be the heart that supports you. What's that supposed to mean?
Big sis.
Akio hasn't spoken to her in 7 years. I'm sure this reunion is especially important to her. I feared she'd immediately run over and tackle Misani, but Akio does nothing. Maybe she's nervous. And since the two of us ran the whole way here, we're both out of breath. Given our seizures, neither of us can do much in the way of heavy exercise. The both of us stop in front of Misani, breathing heavily. The whole time she just looks at us. She doesn't say a word. All three of us are just looking at each other in silence. Akio's the first one to break the silence.
Big sis. Long time no see.
Akio's clearly very emotional right now. She's looking at Misani in absolute wonder and glee, her eyes tearing up.
It's really you. Hey, do you recognize me? We're sisters. That's a weird thing to ask. Plus, me, Dad, and Mom sent you a picture every New Year's. But it's been 7 years, right? I was still just a little kid back then. So what do you think? I look pretty different, huh? Although my breasts and stuff didn't grow much. Not like you, anyway.
Aki-chan, did you forget that I'm here?
Oh, TMI, I guess.
The conversation ends there. Misani still hasn't said a word. She's been quietly listening to Akio talk with a kind-looking smile on her face. She doesn't try to say anything. Her eyes are glued to Akio. It appears as though she's giving her full attention. Why isn't she saying anything? And why is she acting like I don't exist? She won't even make eye contact with me. What am I, chopped liver? This is mean, even for her. Is this her sadistic idea of a reunion, or is she just messing with me? I hate this. I'm too old to let her get the best of me like that. Fine, I'll talk to her then. Misani. Aki. I just happened to speak at the same time that Misani says Akio's name. Damn it, what awful timing. Fine, I guess I'll shut up for now.
You from? Yeah.
That brief comment is enough to wash away all the uncertainty from Akio's face and put a smile in his place.
There's so much stuff I want to...
Can't stop yawning.
So much stuff I want to talk to you about, big sis. Like tons, but there's something I need to tell you first. The Rocks Club you started has made all the way here. We made it to the expo, the greatest stage on the planet. But, well, the club itself got disbanded before we could get here. And the robot we're exhibiting isn't the Gonvaro that you designed. But we've inherited the CT Robotics Club will, I promise. Over the last 7 generations, it's been passed down from generation to generation, ending here with me and Kai's. Us, all the past Robot Club members, all the people who helped us out. It's thanks to all of them that we're here now. So, I'd be super happy if you took a look at our robot, even if it's just for 1 second.
Aki.
Yeah?
Mom and Dad, are they well?
Yeah, Jackson's gonna be firing off a rocket for the first time in years, so Dad is super excited.
I'm getting impatient. Could Akio hurry up and wrap it up already? With Mizuni right in front of me, I'm overflowing with things I want to say. Feels like I'm drowning in these feelings and won't be able to say anything. Even so, there's only one thing I absolutely have to tell her. Just one thing. I have to tell her no matter what. Misane. I have forcefully butt into the conversation. I have a message from Mizuka-san. My voice feels hoarse. I feel throbbing deep inside my chest. I still haven't managed to get over it. No, it's not something I should get over. Misani doesn't even attempt to look at me. I'm worried that she doesn't even see me. Mizuka-san asked me to tell you this the next time I saw you. Just before she died. This is what she said. Thank you for the hug. It's thanks to this that I was able to live a pretty normal life for these last 2 years since the accident. I know I'm not reading the room. I know this isn't the right time. We've been waiting for this moment for years. And now I'm talking about depressing stuff and making things awkward for everyone. I'm sorry, Akio. But I have to get this out while I can. Mizuka was right in front of my eyes, but Aki. Misani abruptly interrupts me. Huh? Misani still has that smile on her face. I'm confused. Have you decided what you're doing after graduation? This is not Misaki. This is a robot. This is weird. I don't like this. You're not acting human. Wait, what? What's going on? What is Misani saying? Did she ignore me? My brain refuses to comprehend it. Why'd she just ignore me? This is a robot. There's no shot. No, this ain't the real Misaki. I knew something was off. There was too much stuff that contradicts with the last scene we saw that does not make sense now. The different outfit, the sound of the area around her. She's somewhere completely different. Wait. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. I don't think this is the real Misaki. Meaning the real Misaki's somewhere else, right? But this Misaki is still going to be using the prototype Sumeragi, right? But that's the prototype. And yet, why is it that if the prototype is over here, why is Misaki wearing a different suit like she's getting ready to use it somewhere else? They're headed to Tanegashima, aren't they? I still think that rocket is probably going to be like one of the other last things that completes Project Adam. This is a fake Misaki. This isn't the real one. It's not acting at all like a real... It's not acting like a human being at this point. It just keeps trying to get back on basic topics. It's not that I really care. It's just surprised me more than anything. Maybe she's just on edge because she has a demonstration coming up? But those were Mizuka-san's final words. That's the one thing I didn't want her to ignore. There's no way Misani would ever ignore her. Mizuka-san was her best friend. She would never do that. Has she changed that much? All the chunks of info I've gathered up until now, all my delusions, they all start to build up to the surface.
Big sis?
Hey, Misani. You have to at least hear Mizuka-san's final words. I say to her expectantly. Look at me, Misani. You need to accept Mizuka-san's words. Why won't you look at me? Misani! There you are. Sawada. Suddenly a man's voice echoes in the corridor. You! Whoa! 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 Before we realize that a man standing a few feet away from us starts pointing a gun and handgun in our direction.
Is that a gun?
It's him. I remember that man's face. I saw him with Misani on the news before. I think he's Misani's boss.
Sawada-kun.
Sawada Toshiyuki. A man connected to the Tavistock Institute. Seeing as how he's pointing a gun at us, he must be trying to erase us. I glance at Misani to check her expression. But she's not even looking at him. And not just Sawada, she isn't looking at me or even at Akio anymore. Her gaze is fixed in our direction. Despite the situation, she still has that calm smile on her face. How is she so calm and collected right now? Is she okay with me or Akio getting killed? Or is she in on all of this? Don't move. Put your hands up.
Kai. Big sis.
Sawada holds the gun with both hands and carefully moves towards us. It feels like our reality has suddenly disappeared. Just moments ago we were celebrating our reunion with Misani. But now my heart is falling to pieces. In the distance I can faintly hear the host of various booths explaining their robots. Hustle and bustle of people swirls together to form a cheerful background noise. It's like another world over there. Am I really still in the expo arena? I said, put your hands up! Akio looks like she's about to cry as she raises her hands. I bite my lip and do as I'm told. The fact that this guy is Misani's boss means, well, it means my delusions aren't delusions. They're reality. All the things I've heard up until now. If you get involved any further, you'll regret it.
Regardless, Yashio-senpai, you're in a really bad position right now. Master was murdered.
This world is more ugly and foul than you think. Her words echo in the back of my mind. Was this what Mizuka-san's warning meant? Is this what she meant by ignorance is bliss? How Kimijima-ko was murdered. How Frau's mom was murdered. How important people around the world and even Mizuka-san are being killed by out-of-control hugs. Has this all been because of Misani and her allies? If that's true, if that's really the case, I can't... By no means did I ever believe you were connected to them. You certainly managed to fool me. I want to tear out my hair. What exactly is he talking about? Who's he saying that to? It can't be Akio. She doesn't know anything about the conspiracy. I never told her. In that case, Sawada's talking to me, the one who spread the Kimijima reports around the world. I don't understand a single bit of what he's saying. What are you plotting? What's your true goal here? Answer me, Senomiya. Huh? Senomiya? Not me. There's no way he means Akio. The only other person here with the name Senomiya is... Aki. I jump. I felt like my heart was about to come flying out of my mouth. What? Wait, what? What do you mean? Misi's been completely silent since Sawada showed up until now. But she's still smiling. She still wears that welcoming smile despite a gun being pointed at us. She stands totally calm. What's going on? Why are you...
Big sis?
Has the rocket launched yet? Misani, what are you saying? I can't help myself. I don't understand any of this at all. It's like Misani is a totally different person. The Misani I loved and respected is no longer there. The right stuff inside of her is gone. I don't know if my words reached her, but the smile nonetheless vanishes from her face. She turns and faces Sawada silently. I told you not to move. I will shoot.
Stop!
Sawada's gaze and gun are pointed straight at Misani. Not me, not Akio, Misani. What is happening? I thought you two were working together. What? Shouldn't he be pointing the gun at me? What? I'm the one who leaked the report. The inside of my head is a mess. Both Misani and this man are from the Committee of 300. They're comrades. Have we done something wrong? So why? Misuni bends her lips slightly. Head in hand. Not good. What is that? Those words. Misuni takes a single step toward the man. She makes no sound. Her movement is inhuman. Without any preparation, she just suddenly bursts into a sprint. I said don't move! No! Misuni! She's dead. Misuni is dead. She took that bolt straight on. And yet, Misuni slips by Sawada as if nothing had happened. Impossible! I know I hit her! Did you miss? Is that even possible at point-blank range and with such firm aim? There wasn't a single drop of blood on the floor. Is she okay? Wait a sec. How can Misuni run like that without making a sound? Senomiya, stop! Then Akio does something unexpected. She grabs onto Sawada's arms and tries to shoot Misuni in the back. Don't shoot! Let go! You idiot! I instinctively leap in as well. Without thinking, I tackle Sawada from behind. Knocked down, the gun falls from Sawada's hands. He tries to pick it back up, but I yank his leg from behind. He pulls me down, gets on top of me, and starts punching me. I cover my face with both arms and kick Sawada in the chest. I've got some distance. Without delay, I pick up the gun. I don't know how to use it, but I hold it with both hands and point at Sawada. Still on his hands and knees, he looks up at me frustrated. I glance around at my surroundings. There's no sign of Misuni anymore. Akio entered the passage leading into the expo arena, chasing after her. What's going on here? You have to stop Senomiya! Shut up! Don't move! What? Suddenly a lonely melody resounds throughout the... Have we gotten this all wrong? What's going on? The moment I hear it, my hair stands on end. Kagame, Kagame! It's just like back then. It's the same nursery rhyme that played when Izuka-san's hug went berserk. If this continues, everything will end up like it's written in the Kimijima reports. Wait, you said that! If this continues, everything will end up like it's written in the Kimijima reports. Wait, you're not in on this? What do you mean? What the hell is going on? Everything that happened in Tanegashima, everything happening here in Odaiba, it's all starting to connect. I have a terrible feeling about this. But with Sawada glaring at me, I can't move. Akio. Misuni! I can hear Kagame in the expo arena. People in the audience look down at their Pokecoms, wondering what's going on. I have no time for that. We gotta get out of here. This place is not safe. This place is about to become like terrifying, I think. All these mechs are about to start killing people, aren't they? How can I describe what I just saw? Wearing a tight white bodysuit, just like the ones a robot pilot wear. Big Sis makes it... Wait, oh, this is Akio's perspective.
Big Sis makes an incredible leap the moment she exits out into the expo arena. It's a leap far beyond human capabilities. She probably travels around 5 meters. She glides through the air, flying toward the crowded expo booth. I chase after her through the aisles, desperately crying out to her for her to wait out inside my head. But it's too difficult to move forward. The aisles are filled with people. Some are just standing there, wondering what's going on after seeing Big Sis fly overhead. While it's not as bad as opening day, the place is still jam-packed. I run and run and run, bump into people, fall over and get up again. The cycle repeats over and over again. I can't reach her. I can't catch up. Just when I thought I'd finally caught up to her. Just when I thought I had finally stood shoulder to shoulder with her. She slips away again. She flies past me. I reach out but can't touch her. My lungs burn. Can't catch my breath. Big Sis! I shout, but my voice is drowned by the thunderous applause. I crash into a large, well-built man and fall onto my backside. He asks I'm okay and offers a hand, but I shove him aside and look up. There's a large monitor attached to the venue ceiling. The reporter who interviewed me earlier is on screen. She's filming at the Exoskeleton Company booth. On screen, I see Big Sis swoop down. An angel. That word appeared in the back of my mind. I can't hear her voice, but I can tell that the reporter is excited. The audience mistakes her fantastical appearance as part of the demonstration, greeting her with thunderous applause. However, she looks at nobody.
She's about to kill people.
She just sleeps into the spider-like hug. Exis slips into what appears to be the control module of the robot. Even though through the big screen, I can tell that Sumeragi's been activated. Its giant dark body begins to stir. The spider jolts awake. Each of its sharp 6 legs begin to wriggle on their own. I can hear massive cheers even from where I'm standing. Exoskeleton Company hug a test pilot. That's her official title. Real position. She only started doing PR work after she gained attention as a test pilot. So having her pilot a concept model like this and at a huge venue like the Expo, it's a scenario pulled straight from a dream. The people's excitement is at its peak. Sumeragi's guttural noises can't be heard over the cheers of the crowd. However, as far as I can tell through the giant monitor, it's both fast and fluid in how it moves. In my head, I always pictured 6-legged robots as being bulky and slow. I guess my prejudice was unfounded. It scares along the floor just like a spider would. Sumeragi smoothly crawls across the booth, and soon raises up one of its legs up high. After extending upward, it easily reaches a length of at least 6 to 7 meters. Then immediately afterward, the leg forcefully whips downward. It tears right through the booth's partition. This thing is crazy strong. Those partitions are made of extremely solid resin. It tore through it like paper. The entire venue stirs, then falls into a total silence. But only for a moment.
Everyone needs to run. This thing's about to kill people.
Screams and follow, and panic ensues. A wave of people rush to get away from Sumeragi. People fall over each other, causing more screams and angry shouts. The cameraman shooting the footage must have been knocked down. The screen only shows the legs of people fleeing. From amidst the throngs of screaming people, things that resemble missiles fly into the air. Sumeragi's poison fangs spew smoke as they pierce through the air at terrifying speed. They collide with the torso of the Conda Company's giant robot, Aquila Zenmo. Scarlet fumes rise from them. The shockwave blasts through the inside of the expo arena. Booth walls and people are blown over. Pamphlets rain down from the sky like snow. Did Big Shit Sis shoot these? Did those missiles come from Sumeragi? That means it's loaded with live ammunition. But why? This is the expo arena, not battlefield. Why would it be loaded with live rounds? Wait. Was this the plan from the very beginning? Is this another Berserk Hug incident, like the one that killed Mizuka-san? Or is this all a planned attack by Big Sis? I don't know, and I refuse to accept either option as possibility. Regardless, nobody can stop Sumeragi now that it's moving. All these people are scrambling to escape the venue. The robots on display have been left behind, abandoned. The only robot moving in the building is that giant black spider. It crawls along its 6 legs, knocking down booth stalls and tables one after another. The defenseless robots have their legs swept from under them before getting smashed by the spider's sharp legs. A missile pod emerges from its torso and unleashes a barrage of guided missiles with a thunderous roar. This is a massacre. The best giant robots around the world are being slaughtered in a one-sided massacre in a feast of bloodshed and madness. With no way to fight back, these incredibly cool, adorable, amazing robots are being mercilessly reduced to scrap. Stop it! I stand frozen in place as I hold my head. Exist, stop it! Another one bites the dust. This time it's the Renault Company's giant robot. They get caught in the evil clutches of the giant spider and are subsequently murdered. I have to stop her. I have to stop Big Sis. Why is this happening? My sister would never do this. I know she wouldn't. For now, I have to stop this spider. If I don't, the other robots won't make it out alive. I run to the Tanegashima Robotics Club booth. Most of the people are flooding toward the exit to escape, so our booth is totally deserted. I send that a missile soars overhead. It collides with the expo arena wall and explodes. The entire building shakes violently. I can't help but stagger and crouch down the spot. The roof collapses, causing dust to burst into the air. Exist, stop it! Stop! I cry out to her, wiping away my tears. I run toward Gunbuild 2. Despite the chaos, our robot is still crouched down. He's not hurt. Nothing's broken. I look around for any sign of Kai, but it looks like we got separated in all the chaos. I take out my Pokemon. I also have the Killbat system installed. Gunbuild 2, activate. I have control. I turn on the power awkwardly and put in a command and watch as Gunbuild 2 stands up. I have no idea how long the battery's going to last. It's impossible to operate him and transmit power at the same time. Without constant power from the laser beam, he'll stop moving after about 3 minutes. Despite that, there's not a moment to lose right now. I need to save the other robots. I'll stop Big Sis myself. Please, Gunbuild 2, lend me your strength. He has no way of fighting. His performance is nothing compared to the spider's abilities. But I'm the only one here who can do this. I feel eyes on my back. I can also hear the sound of a low-frequency engine. It sends a chill down my spine. I turn around. My vision is blocked by the booth wall. But I can feel the spider wriggling around behind it. I glance at my Pokecom screen in order to see Gunbuild 2's point of view. There it is. The Sumeragi, with Big Sis on board, is approaching the booth wall. I brace myself. The spider's talon-like leg comes tearing through the booth wall. His form is revealed through the opening it made in the wall. I'm scared. Is she chasing after me? Is Big Sis trying to kill me? Why? Why would she do this? My legs tremble and I nearly crumple to the floor. I'm so scared that I'm in tears. Sis. No, you can't back down now. Fight. You have to protect the other robots. You have to fight and stop that spider no matter what. I take a step back and begin to input a command into my Pokecom. Advance. 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 Gunbuild 2 approaches the spider. He has the advantage in height. But the spider is fairly short, so I doubt a punch from Gekisai Daiichi will connect. I have no other means of attack. I don't care if it's just for show. As long as it stops Big Sis, as long as it stops that spider. Gekisai Daiichi. But inputting the command is difficult. Nervousness and panic make my fingers shake. I can't get it right. It's like my fingers aren't my own. Sweat from my brow drips into my eyes. I can't help but close them in pain. And before I know it, I'm trembling. I send that the spider makes its move. It slowly raises its body. Supported by 4 of its legs, it lifts its other 2 up like a praying mantis. To make matters worse, the legs have what appears to be sharp blades installed inside of them. They have a faint gold glow to them. Gunbuild 2 stands frozen still within the range of those terrifying blades. Stop it! I feel dull pain run deep inside my chest. Feels like an icy hand is crushing my heart. It squeezes tightly. This is the sign of an attack. I don't have the time to be worried about that right now. I have to do it. I have to get through the command right. If I don't, Mal 2 can't move. Stop! I know all of that, and yet the inside of my head is completely blank. All I can do is hold the Pokecom like an idiot. A robot. He carries the heart and soul of every generation of the Robotics Club. He's filled with the hopes and dreams of the Robotics Club. The club that Big Sis founded. He carries what I entrusted to him. My dream of wanting to catch up to my sister with all my heart. Even if it means letting all Tanegashima fall to pieces, and that's why. The spider's blades flash. They cut through Gunbuild 2's torso from both sides like a pair of scissors. Gunbuild 2's upper body shakes and leans forward. It makes a terrible sound like iron being bent and twisted. His body then falls over onto the spider. The impact crushes the spider into the ground before stopping. Big Sis. Sis! I rush over to the spider. I slip between its legs and crawl into the torso. Somewhere, there must be a switch or something to open the pilot hatch somewhere. It's not long before I find what I'm looking for. I press the button and the hatch slides open, and accompanied by the sound of compressed air leaking out. Inside's the unique standing cockpit. But even though I know I saw her climb inside, Big Sis is nowhere to be found. She had disappeared without a trace, as if she was never here to begin with. Haki-chan! Without soul in sight, the venue looks like it's a ravaged battlefield. The rampaging spider hug stopped a few minutes ago. And with the sounds of destruction and chaos having faded from the expo arena, deep silence envelops the ruins. The giant robot that once stood proud in the building have either toppled over or been destroyed. The colorful signs and booths from the exhibits are covered in dust and grime. Large pieces of rubble and wreckage from the caved-in ceilings litter the showroom floor.
Collapsed in front of the wreckage of the Model 2 and the crushed spider hug is Akio. She looks like she's in incredible pain. Hagi-chan, are you okay? Are you hurt? Her face is pale. She's clutching her chest and biting her lip. Did you have an attack? Akio nods slightly. Part of me wants to scold her for running too much, but now's not the time for that. I want to take care of her right now, but we need to evacuate first. Who knows when more of the ceiling could collapse? Come on, grab on. I turn my back to Akio and crouch down. I'll carry you. Akio obediently but weakly clings to my back. I make sure I have a firm hold of her before standing up. Now then, where's the exit?
Hey, Kai. Big sis isn't here. She disappeared.
What? I glance over at the spider hug. The cockpit hatch is open. Misani is nowhere to be found. I'd love to go looking for her right about now. I wipe the idea from my mind and begin walking through the rubble.
And she destroyed Gumbill too. I can't. It hurts too much.
I saw everything. The spider hug rampaged its way through the venue, sparing nothing in its path. Akio booted a Model 2 in an attempt to stop it, but she was easily taken out. Misani destroyed the Robotics Club robot, Akio's robot. She showed no hesitation nor shred of mercy. I never would have thought Misani would be capable of something like this. The Misani I know and love more robots more than anyone. More than me, more than even Akio. But I don't have the time to think about that right now. I'm finally able to exit the expo arena with Akio on my back. Outside, the large number of people who evacuated have worried looks on their faces. It's a pretty huge crowd. I can hear the sirens of ambulances and fire engines in the distance. Looks like there are quite a few people injured. I can see people all over the place that are bleeding. Some are sitting down, others are lying on the ground. But more importantly, something is off. But what? Wait. Everyone is looking up at the sky as if they were all struck with the same idea. The sky? Don't tell me a solar storm is coming! Wait, that's not something you can see with the naked eye. I set Akio down and look up toward the sky, following everyone else's gaze. What I find is something beyond my wildest imagination. Huh. Huh. Yep. Of all the things I could have expected to appear in the sky, I was expecting either the solar storm or maybe just a robot flying through the sky. That was actually my main guess. I was expecting that it was going to be either Misani flying through the sky with her suit or Misani in another robot that appeared out of nowhere flying through the sky. What I did not expect, however, is the giant fucking Tower of Babel. It's a building I've never seen before. Actually, I hesitate to even call it that. It's some kind of enormous pillar, maybe a tower. The thing just suddenly appeared over the ocean in Odaiba. It's gotta be at least a few hundred meters in diameter. I've never seen something as gigantic before. It stretches far up into the sky, so far that I can't see the top. Hell, it might even reach space. Isn't this just like a space elevator? The thought of it crashing down to the ground comes to mind, which is enough to send a shiver down my spine. I recognize the strange design at the base of the pillar. I saw that in the final episode of Gunvarl. The bits and pieces that got leaked on the internet. Among the scenes, I remember there being a similar gigantic pillar.
The Grand Obelisk.
Huh?
It's the Grand Obelisk.
Akio's looking up in awe at the pillar piercing the heavens.
It's exactly the same as the one from the final episode of Gunvarl.
That wasn't there yesterday, was it? Akio weakly shakes her head from side to side.
Of course not. It's the space elevator from the anime. We can never build something like that with our current tech. Maybe in the near future, but not now.
Then how exactly did it get there? How was it built? Or are you saying it fell from the sky? Did aliens or something drop it down on Tokyo Bay? I checked the news 30 minutes ago, but there was nothing about any pillars. How could so many incomprehensible things have happened in the short time since we saw Masony? I'm gonna lose my mind! Hey, Aki-chan, what happens in the final episode of Gunvarl again? I'm sure it's hard for her to talk after getting an attack, but I can't help but ask.
The space elevator. The Grand Obelisk shoots the sun.
She explains and her face begins to go pale. She realizes the correlation between what she's saying and reality.
Earth is burnt to ash by a massive solar flare, and the enemy is destroyed, along with everything else.
Project Adam. The crowd begins to stir. The Grand Obelisk starts shining ominously. On the surface, countless hieroglyphs pulsate, disappearing and reappearing. The giant pillar almost feels like a living being of some kind. An ice-cold chill runs down my spine. No! Is it actually going to shoot? A strange sound begins to ring out around us. It's similar to the sound of the ground rumbling. Yet the earth is completely still and it shows no sign of rumbling to life. It's not an earthquake. And is the Grand Obelisk itself making the air shake? The pillar begins to shine even more strongly. Right away, I pull Akio close to me and shield her behind me. The warning sign in the Kimijima reports. The lead's final episode of Gunvarl. Is it all coming true? Is this what Project Adam is? In front of our eyes of tens of thousands of witnesses. The pillar stretching up into space. Bursts with a flash so bright it can't be looked at directly. And the sky explodes into a rainbow of colors. Tsunomiya Misaki's perspective.
We interrupt the scheduled programming for an emergency news report. Earlier today, at around 2:50 p.m., it appears that the Kanto region was hit by the largest solar storm in history. Currently, it seems most electronic devices in the region have been rendered unusable. It's possible that the solar storm may be also emitting harmful radiation that could seriously affect the human body. Those outside should seek shelter in a safe location. This footage shows the current status of the sun, taken approximately 10 hours ago by NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. Countless giant solar flares can be seen bursting forth from the sun. This solar storm is predicted to be larger in scale than the ones from September 2015 and November of last year. Damages are expected not just in Japan, but all over the world. We'll report further as more information becomes available. We just received further breaking news. According to info from the FDMA, a portion of the Odaiba district in Tokyo has collapsed and is in danger of being submerged. Whether this is caused by the solar storm is currently unknown. Here is light footage taken from a camera in Odaiba. As you can see, the Shuto Expressway Bayshore route is completely submerged. Building in the distance in the expo arena for the in-progress Tokyo Expo, of which the roof has collapsed. With the Tokyo Expo being held in Odaiba, there were a large number of visitors at the venue today. We will now repeat this report. Today, at around 2:50 p.m., it appears that the Kanto region was hit by the largest solar storm in history.
Wyvern, it's time to begin the operation. The final call is a go. Understood. Opening hatch.
Wyvern to all forces. Begin the operation. I should have never had a dream. Phase 11. Airi's perspective. It appears that large-scale blackouts have occurred in Tokyo, New York, London, Toronto, Shanghai, and other major cities. Riots caused by the public are also occurring in LA, Rio de Janeiro, Cairo, Johannesburg, Amsterdam, Belfast. We are currently awaiting confirmation, but there are reports of service robots going berserk in New York, Tokyo, Beijing, London, Paris, Berlin, and other... According to the Kimijima reports, it wouldn't be odd if we saw acts of terrorism occurring in certain regions. The police and the military of each and every country must be on high alert. There has been in this much simultaneous worldwide chaos since the crash of 15. Worst case scenario, we could be headed for the 21st century Great Depression. These solar storms aren't anything new, yet no one's learned their lesson. What on earth is this nation's leadership doing?
It's currently unknown how many dead, wounded, and missing have resulted from this current catastrophe.
Since the morning of the 25th until today, NASA has made 4 announcements on the abnormal activity of the sun. Presently, there have been at least 439 large-scale solar flares of X-class intensity. Powerful solar storms moving upwards of 2,000 kilometers per second have been emitted in rapid succession, each one subsequently reaching the Earth one by one. Observed early yesterday morning, the US government promptly sent the findings to the governments of various nations worldwide. However, when asked why such info was not released publicly beforehand, Chief Cabinet Secretary Yamanishi said, "It is deeply regrettable, and we are investigating the cause." Next, I'm live from Shinjuku Station. All lines of transportation have been suspended, and the area is flooded with people stranded. Employees are here saying most devices are working, but due to the various abnormalities, they are currently checking all systems for safety purposes. We do not currently have an ETA for when everything will be restored. In 2 hours, most company employees will be leaving work, flooding the station. Further chaos is expected.
Take a look at this footage taken from the live camera in Shiodome. Can you see the black smoke currently rising from Odaiba? Fujisan TV's HQ is in Odaiba, but it's currently impossible to contact them. Also, according to information found on the internet, there were large explosions at the Tokyo Expo Odaiba venue. It's possible that this was an act of terror. For safety purposes, the Rainbow Bridge to Odaiba has been sealed off. The Metro Expressway Bayshore route has also been closed. The Yurikamome Rinkai Railroad and Aqualiner are closed as well. Breaking news. The U.S. has announced that Vice President Crane has been in a traffic accident and has sustained serious injuries. Details on this condition are unknown and is under investigation due to the possibility of terrorism. I'm at the Tamagawa River in Tokyo Senagawa Ward. Look at this! A large number of birds are falling out of the sky! You can see incredible splashes of water as they land in the river. Look! We need to get out of here! It's dangerous! Matsuo-san, can you hear me? Matsuo-san!
I swallow my breath as I watch the chaos unfold around the world on TV. It's then that there's a small knock at my door. It's not mealtime, nor is it time for them to check my temperature. Whoever it is, they're not a nurse. And who is it? I woke up here a little under a month ago. During all that time, aside from the doctor in charge of me and the nurses, only Yashio Kaita-san came to visit. Come in. I replied timidly. Maybe my missing mom heard about me and is here to visit, especially after seeing all the chaos. I stared straight at the door, waiting for it to open. But no matter how long I wait, the door doesn't open. That's strange. I know I felt the presence of someone on the other side of the door when I heard that knock. Suddenly a little scared, I hid under the covers. I put the blanket over me and closed my eyes. If someone comes in, I'll just pretend to be asleep. I don't want to see anyone. I'll be here alone. Forever. I shouldn't expect anything. A terrible chill runs down my spine. My eyes are closed, but I can tell. Right next to my bed, there's someone standing there. They're not saying anything.
I don't recognize that laugh. Who was that laugh?
I can just barely hear them breathing. But when did they come inside? I didn't hear the sound of the door opening. It's only been a few seconds since I laid down in bed and closed my eyes. During that time, this person managed to open the sliding door, enter the room, and walk to the side of my bed. I want to open my eyes. But I also don't want to. I'm terrified. My body starts to quiver in fear. I clutch sheets tightly. Who? Who is it? Why won't they talk? Why are they just standing there? I can't keep my eyes closed any longer. I have to see who's standing there. I have to. If not, my heart will keep beating faster and faster till it ruptures. I know what I have to do. I slowly and cautiously open my eyes.
What the fuck? After exploding into a rainbow of colors, the sky is back to its normal pale blue color. Bro, freaking, oh god, I'm gonna wait for that. What's going on? Odaiba collapsing. Aren't my senpais in trouble? What is going on in Tokyo? Is the Robotics Club okay? This is horrible. This has to be a lie. I'm fine.
Hey, Odaiba's falling. Odaiba's dead. My husband and child are at the expo venue in Odaiba and I can't get in contact with them. Someone tell me what's going on. Odaiba collapsing. Are you serious? Look at Odaiba with Iruo. Self-defense force announced that they are scrambling F-15s from Misawa base. Assault Odaiba through Iruo. It's a disaster. Can't even laugh about it. Why is Fuji-san TV disconnected? Broadcast accident? Are the people at Odaiba safe? How many thousands of people do you think are in Odaiba? I can't believe this happened during the expo. That's why I said to cancel the expo. Who is going to take responsibility? What is that giant tower-looking thing? I can see a tower. It's huge. Is that tower thing real? Non-AR? It's the end of the world. What is happening? Why did it light up? What is that tower? It's the Grand Obelisk. It's a space elevator. Did the Committee of 300 make it? There's no way human science could create such a big thing. Odaiba's in trouble. Too unrealistic to have built secretly. Has to be a mirage. But I really see it there. I really do. This isn't reality. This isn't reality. My head is going crazy. It's the same as the anime. They leaked the final episode. It scares me when I compare the final episode of Gunvolt to what's going on in reality. Is the world coming to an end? Please no. Odaiba has flooded. Tsunami and Misaki started the terrorist attack. She's crazy. Run. Run to a place where the solar storm won't hit. Looks like Grand Obelisk. Grand Obelisk comes to life. The solar storm is here, just like it said in the Kimijima reports. The Kimijima reports were right. This isn't a trick. Odaiba's collapsing. Why didn't Kimijima-san tell us about this 10 years ago? Then this wouldn't have happened. Find the Committee of 300 and kill them. Someone call an ambulance. I'm in Odaiba right now, but my Pokecom isn't connecting. What are the police and army doing? Did the government, police, and army resign to the committee? What is that tower? Fuji-san TV isn't showing up because of Odaiba collapsing. Maybe Fuji-san went down too. The tower lit up. Odaiba isn't collapsing. Over 1,000 planes in the air are now missing. The expo venue has gone down. A robot at the venue shot a missile and I ran for my life. It was like war. I thought I was going to die. Barely made it out. Got stepped on and fell many times from the venue in a panic. That's a space elevator in the anime. The Grand Obelisk. There is no way a tower from an anime is real. Why is everyone saying that Odaiba has collapsed? I am next to Fuji-san TV, but did something happen at the expo? There's smoke coming from the expo venue. Loud noises too. I was about to be killed by Misaki-san. I'm currently at Odaiba, but only one part of it has collapsed. I'm at Odaiba, but phone isn't connected to Iruo works. But Iruo works. Please help me. Rainbow Bridge is closed. Young men are attacking the service robots. Ikebukuro. Solar storm, another blackout. All the signals are down. The robot from the exoskeleton company went crazy. Fuji-san TV is radio silent. The solar storm just happened. Everything is happening so fast. Looks like the U.S. 8th Fleet is making an emergency dispatch. Minato, Tokyo is completely blacked out. Public transportation is completely stopped. Maybe it's weaker than last year's solar storm. My Pokemon's work is fine this time. My phone is dead. Why didn't the phone company deal with this? A train stopped. They are announcing that they don't know when it be back up. Give me a second to text. My family's texting morning and love messages. I need a breather. Anyways, back to the chaos. Can't do this. Can the solar storms just disappear? It's the ghost that lives in Iruo's fault. In Kawasaki, someone wearing the hug has suddenly attacked a pregnant woman. The ground is covered in blood. Not just Tokyo, the whole world is in chaos. If it's what the Kimiji report said, then the magnetospheric substorm is going to hit and the world will end. Someone do something. NAEU, the Middle East are all having disasters. Is it true that the private jet for the U.S. president went down? Robots are going out of control again. Terrorists behind the November attack hasn't been caught yet, right? The robots are still moving. They're marching in the middle of the street in Shinjuku. So scary I might get killed. The phone isn't connecting again. Robot from Exco is going crazy and killing the visitors. Please retweet. There's a chance that all service robots may go out of control. This is just the beginning and only the beginning. After the magnetospheric substorm is going to hit, then the world will end. I got a report from my sister studying abroad that another riot started on the west coast of the U.S. This isn't reality, it's just gossip. Gonna go sleep. A nuclear missile was discovered as the disguised rocket in Zhuguan, China. Alright, let's see what these three have to say. All my girlfriends here are here at my house for some reason. Alright, fine. Guess I'll go out for a bit. I want to go out in this chaos. What did I do to deserve this? Why me? Freaking poor Takumi, man. He's not having... He never gets to live a normal life, even after his own game's done. I mean, he's probably never going to live a normal life anyway, but still. He has all the other girls from Chaos Head Noah just hanging out with him. I swear to God. This isn't time to laze around and gorge myself on pizza. There was a call for all the lab mems. Seems like Operation Laventine is about to commence. Time to use my dial super hacker and figure out what's going on. Protect my wife and daughter. Daddy's gonna try very hard.
I'm so unbelievably frustrated that I'm still in America. I want to be back in Japan already, but there are no flights running. Plus, America's having a crisis right now. I hope my friends in Japan are safe. I like share a good luck charm you can say in times like this to anyone watching. El Sai Kongru. It doesn't really mean anything, but when you say it, it somewhat calms you down. Give it a shot sometime.
El Sai Gongru. I can't use Ebro.
Maybe if I mash enough, it'll work.
After exploding to a rainbow of colors, the sky is back to its normal pale blue color. The radiance that seemed like it could engulf the entire world has vanished from the giant granite obelisk. It all happened so quickly that it even felt a little anticlimactic. After considering the largest solar storm in history just hit, I was fully prepared for Project Adam to kick off right then and there. Yeah, this giant tower is fucking terrifying. What the fuck is this? Fucking JRPG final boss arena looking ass. I swear to God, I'm pretty sure I've seen this shit in the Trail series. I can't let my guard down just yet. We got hit just like the Kimijima report said we would. I checked Tweepo in the news and it looks like the world is in utter chaos right now. The storm is of clearly much higher magnitude than the one that hit Tokyo back in November. If the Committee of 300 were to start their terrorist plot right now, there'd be nothing stopping them. Kimijima Ko's warning was right. He knew this would happen and gave us the time to prepare. In the end, there was barely any point in leaking the reports. I couldn't be any more frustrated if I tried. After all, even I underestimated how bad this would get. I made the baseless assumption that the storm wouldn't arrive during the expo, despite Kimijima Ko constantly warning me otherwise. I treated the warning that he gave his life for too lightly. For I was right. I should have just gone into hiding on Tanegashima and prepared for all this, terrorism and assassins included. Misuni's smiling face appears in the back of my mind. It was the same gentle smile that we saw whenever she was on TV. And yet, after finally seeing her after 7 years, that smile sends a chill down my spine. Was she smiling like that while she was playing the terrorist attack? Misuni, what happened to you? I grit my teeth and look around. The people who evacuated the chaos of the expo venue are still unsettled, worried that something else might all happen. The park is filled with people, not just expo visitors, but also those who were just visiting in general. There had to be over 10,000 of them. Among them, some are covered with injuries. There are people sitting down on the ground, bleeding. It's been nearly an hour since all hell broke loose in the expo arena, but there's no sign of the police or any ambulances. Before the solar storm hit, I know for a fact that I heard sirens approaching. I know I did. Where in the hell did they go? And then there are the power outages. Lights are out all over Odaiba. Tokyo's suffering from yet another massive blackout. It's not too bad right now since it's the middle of the day, but just thinking about the night makes me shudder.
Why the hell don't I have any service?
Shit, even the emergency number's no good. We can't call for ambulances.
I can hear people murmuring among themselves. It's been like this for nearly an hour. But yeah, the phones don't work. If the general phone lines and the internet ones are both unavailable, that's definitely not normal. That's why I haven't been able to get in touch with Michi or Mr. Candy. Everything about this situation sucks ass. It's not like I can do jack shit right now. All I can do is sit around and think about how bad things really are. I click my tongue and crouch down in the spot. Sitting down, I feel the chill of the cold street directly against my skin. Right in front of me, Akio sits clutching her knees with a vacant expression on her face. I've never seen her this sad before. I've been trying to talk to her, but she doesn't respond. I tried to stand her up, but all she did was weakly shake her head no. I can't blame her. Misuni did something awful. Her dream to enter the expo and show off her club's robot was crushed in less than a week by her own beloved sister. And it wasn't just Akio. Misuni hurt me and Mizuka-san too. I won't let her get away with this. But at the same time, I don't want to believe that she would do all this. Both of these feelings swirl within me. I'm getting so upset that I can't help but wrap my arms around myself. God damn it! I'm trembling in everything. How pathetic! The expo arena terrorism. When it was happening, all I could do was watch in stunned silence, completely paralyzed. Thinking back on it, it terrifies me how helpless I was in the midst of all that destruction. One wrong step and I could have died on the spot. The despair I felt in that moment lingers with me even now. The intense shockwaves hitting my body. The screams of fleeing people only further amplifying the fear. The physically revolting appearance of that six-legged giant spider crawling after Akiho. I don't know how I survived. But it's even more of a miracle that Akio made it out unharmed. She recklessly tried to use Mal 2 to stop Misani. If it wasn't her sister, she probably would have been killed. The former Madam President is too goddamn reckless. If Akio had died... Just imagining it makes my chest ache. Even more than imagining my own death. I can't even imagine my life without Akio. She's always been with me. I bet it's similar to the feeling of having a twin. It's not a matter of whether I like or dislike her. She's just there. She's a constant. Losing Akio is the one thing I don't want to imagine. I grind my teeth. I shouldn't think about that right now. My mental state isn't doing too hot.
Yo! Kaido-kun! Akio-chan!
Snap back to reality. I raise my head up toward the voice only to find Mr. Candy stomping over to us and waving his hand. His voice and physique are large, so he stands out even amongst the sea of people. President!
I'm glad you two are safe. I was worried.
Just seeing a face I know puts me at ease. I can feel the string of tension within me loosen a little. Likewise, sir. Oh, fucking Parrot's here too. You too, Parakeet. Wait, he actually brought his bird to Tokyo?
Everything went down just as I hopped out of my taxi in Odaiba. I've been wandering around looking for you guys ever since. Where's Mitsuhiko?
He's missing. You can't get in touch with him?
I tried calling him a few times, but it wouldn't go through.
Figures.
More importantly, have you guys checked the internet? They're freaking out about how some part of Odaiba collapsed or something. Good lord, what gobbledygook.
It's gotta be fake. Info's probably getting all jumbled up because electronic devices are dead. So it's pretty sad that the mass media can't tell the difference. Hang on! Fuck's sake! It's gotta be fake. It's info probably getting all jumbled up because electronic devices are dead. My brother in Christ! Look fucking behind the giant Mr. Candyman! It's fucking the final boss tower from fucking Trails of Reverie! It's the fucking final dungeon in Trails of Reverie right there! I don't think it's that big a guess to assume that Odaiba's dead. My brother in Christ.
Electronic devices are dead, you say? About that, Kaido, don't you think it's strange? My Pokecom is perfectly fine.
What? Mr. Candy's comment hits me like a ton of bricks. That's the other thing. Why is it that... Yeah, phones are still working. But all electronics, like everything else, is broken. He's exactly right. Hell, I saw the news about Odaiba collapsing on my own Pokecom. I can see Tweepo like normal. I can post and everything. It's just the phone lines that aren't connecting. Is that because of the power outages? What's going on? Last year when the storm hit, I heard that Pokecoms were completely useless.
No matter how you look at it, the whole thing doesn't sit right with me. It's like someone pulled a wool over our eyes. Oh, and I used the Street View function in Nero to look around earlier, right? It was all really strange.
How so?
Have a look for yourself.
Oh, Jesus. What's happening? Before I even finish speaking, I boot up Hero on the Pokecom. What the fuck? It's worse. What the heck is this? It's even worse in the fucking view. Why? Within the world of Hero, Odaiba is a literal war zone. What? Wait, why? The roads are flooded, the expo arena, Fuji-san TV, and various other buildings have been destroyed. Bridges have collapsed and wreckage is scattered all over the place. Everything but the current state of the expo arena is totally fake. This isn't reality. The Odaiba that exists on the internet right now is nothing more than a lie. No wonder people think that it's... Yeah, it's completely different. What the fuck? This is real bad.
Pretty elaborate, isn't it? Who'd be capable of doing such a thing?
What is happening? None of this makes sense. Why is it... I almost get worried of two possible things. You know, there are two other ways we've seen in the science adventure series that reality differs from what you see. Gigalomania, the power to... basically, like a reality-bending power. Probably the most clear example I would say that would like be comparable to what's happening now would be the one that happened during what was that rock girl's name during Chaos Head Noah? The one, remember how there was that whole thing about like pulling a demon out or whatever? It was the group like Pez, like the rock band group girl. Point is, her situation kind of makes me think of that. And what's the other situation in which reality has been altered? Or looks different? Time travel. Whenever time travel happens, of course the reality looks different. Anyone can post some images to Hero after registering. There have been fake images like this upload before. When that happens, our users will report it and the administrators will erase it. Is this another example of that? Maybe administration isn't functioning due to all the chaos. That's probably why the fake images haven't been taken down. These fake images of destruction uploaded to Iburo must be the sources of fake news. The mass media took it as reality and started reporting on it in their hysteria, spreading the misinformation. Did nobody doubt what they were seeing? Or is this more propaganda? A thought appears in the back of my mind. It's possible that the Tavistock Institute is manufacturing and spreading propaganda worldwide. In that case, has Project Adam already begun? How does everywhere else look?
Tokyo has a lot of robots, but I didn't notice that much after staying here for 10 days, but I felt it far more than usual today. You know, that the city is swarming with robots and all.
He's right, there are a lot of robots. I thought as much as when we came last year. There are life-size service robots all over. They're what caused the robot uprising last November. Even the recently opened Aqualiner has a service robot sitting in its driver's seat. It's pretty crazy considering the Yurika Amome automatic traffic system has been in service for over 15 years without drivers or robots. The Aqualiner took the complete opposite approach by immediately bringing them on. The Metro Expressway Bayside route has been robots standing at the toll booths and guidance robots populate Odaiba. This was all done with the express purpose of promoting the expo. In order to strengthen the appeal of the expo, Tokyo spent quite a lot in taxes in order to promote the spread of the service robots. This was all written in the expo pamphlets. Actually, that reminds me. I haven't seen a single robot since the storm hit about 30 minutes ago. After last November, all of them should be equipped with solar storm countermeasures. Did they stop working because of the power outage? Or wait, don't tell me. Are the robots going berserk again?
Nope, I didn't see a single person getting attacked. That being said, the station was closed off with robots there guiding people along. Robots were also closing off the exit for parking garage so no one could get their cars out. Same for the Rainbow Bridge entrance. The robots were saying that's too dangerous to pass. It feels like the robots have completely locked us in. It's a tad creepy, don't you think? I'm probably just overthinking it, though.
Why is he laughing? This isn't something to laugh about. How long can those robots function with the power out? I'm pretty sure they need to be charged at regular intervals.
More importantly, what's that huge pillar?
Apparently it's the Grand Obelisk.
Is it real?
Doesn't appear to be an illusion or a mirage or anything like that.
Perhaps we should get closer to its base. I'd like to take a look.
I don't know, it seems pretty far away. They also sprout out from the middle of Tokyo Bay. You'd have to go for a swim to get anywhere close. President, can you stay here and watch Aki-chan for a little while?
Sure, I don't mind, but where are you off to?
I'm gonna go take a look around.
I see. Be careful. Don't do anything dangerous.
I nod then turn to Akio. Aki-chan, I'll be right back, so wait here with the president. Akio weakly raises her head. She looks up at me with pleading eyes and grabs my hand.
Kai, stay here.
Don't worry, I'll be right back, I promise. I gently let go of her trembling hand and stand up. I leave Akio behind and make my way to the expo arena. The scars of destruction are vivid and graphic. You can see the extent of it even from the outside. I'm going back because something's been weighing heavily on my mind. About what Akio said after the spider hug destroyed Model 2.
Big sis isn't here. She disappeared.
I have no clue where Misani ran off to. But I have to look for her. I need to find her and press her for the truth. It's possible that the roof could collapse further, but I don't have the luxury of being scared. Misani might still be hiding inside. I need to go. She might be long gone by now, but this is the only place I can think of to search. Even in the corridor, parts of this wall are broken, with chunks of rubble strewn about. The venue is completely deserted, as if the hustle and bustle from a few hours ago never happened. I hear something and hide behind a pillar. Someone's here. I quietly peek out. It's him! Sawada Toshiyuki. He sits with his back to the wall, not moving. Jesus. Help him! When we part ways with Misani's spider hug, started its rampage. Has he been here the whole time? There are devices I've never seen scattered about at his feet. What are those things? I grit my teeth. I need to know who he really is. The section chief of Exoskeleton Company's hug testing department. A man with connections to the Tavistock Institute, Misani's superior. But earlier today, he pointed his gun at her. Was he trying to stop her before she went berserk? We've gotten something wrong. Something horribly wrong. I feel like this guy might have been trying to help. Was it some kind of infighting? Let's do this. I gulp. Then feel around to check for the hard object I'm keeping underneath my clothes. The gun I took from him earlier. Akio.
As I sit on the ground hugging my knees, my butt's starting to get cold. The inside of the expo arena had AC, but due to all the body heat coming off the guests, it wasn't that cold. I just realized for the first time since coming here, Tokyo's a cold, cold place. I haven't been able to stop trembling for a while. But is that because I'm actually cold? Or is it because of everything that happened? It doesn't matter. I try to ward off the cold by hugging my body tightly. I should have brought some up hand warmers or something. All our time was spent in the hotel and expo arena, so I'm not even wearing a proper jacket. My outfit's fine for Tanegashima, but it's way too light for February in Tokyo. I can tell by looking at the people around me. Unlike me, they're all bundled up. Not a single one of the girls have their legs exposed. The only warm thing I have on me is this little darkened fink on my hand. Big Sis made it for me 10 years ago, and it's been one of my closest friends ever since. Squeezing it makes me feel a little better, but the peace of mind is temporary at best. Suddenly I remember the warmth of my sister's hand when she would hold mine. After the MF Anemone accident, when I woke up from my 3-day-long coma, Big Sis was right there beside me. Aki, thank goodness. Thank goodness you're okay. When she realized I had woken up, large tears started falling from her eyes into my cheeks. I can still remember how warm those tears felt. I thought you were never going to wake up again. I'm so glad. Big Sis? It must have been terrible. I'm so proud of you for staying strong. To be honest, I don't really remember anything. Right. I'm sure you wouldn't. You were unconscious after all. But, you know, for the 3 days you were gone, I was very, very lonely. It was like all the color disappeared from my world. Mom later informed me that Big Sis sat at my side the entire time, holding my hand tightly and talking to me. She didn't even sleep. Kai was also unconscious all the time, which means she left him alone. I kind of felt bad about that. Granted, he wasn't all alone. His mom and dad were there with him. If you never woke up, I would have stayed here holding your hand for the rest of my life. Thank you for waking up. Thank you so much, Aki. I love you so much. Hearing those words from Big Sis made me so happy. I could never put it into words. can't remember a time that I was happier to have her as my older sister. I love you too, big sis. I know. But thinking back on it, I think that was the turning point. After that instant, big sis began to grow distant. Whenever we were at home, she was always on edge. She had a constant aura that made it really hard to talk to her. No matter what you do, you'll always be average, Aki. Those were the words Big Sis left me with before she left the island. Aki. You've grown. Her smile was the same as always. At least I think it was. Aki. Her gentle demeanor hadn't changed at all. At least it shouldn't have. Has the rocket launched yet? I thought it'd be like we were never apart, that we'd chat for hours and hours. I'd finally caught up to Big Sis. I finally fulfilled my dream. I expected her to praise me for all my hard work. I'm not amazing like my sister. But as an ordinary person, I thought I could hold my head up high and proudly proclaim that I gave it my all. I thought I'd be able to say it at least that much. But right before my very eyes, Big Sis... It's gun build too. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. It was always me trying to get in touch with her. I tried emailing her, calling her, but no matter how I tried to contact her, she never answered me. She never came back to the island to see me, not even once. Apparently she stayed in touch with Mizuka-san, but she avoided me. She must have been nothing but I must have been nothing but a bother to her. I relied on her too much, and now she's done with me. She doesn't love me anymore. Must be all my fault for getting too excited about seeing her again. Who wants a dumb, overly excited sister like me, right? Just in the way. And on top of that, I did it right before her important demonstration in front of a huge audience. It only makes sense that she'd abandoned me for not being able to read the room. It's natural. My vision goes blurry. I wipe away the tears welling up with my hands. I'm tired of everything. No matter how hard I try and charge forward with all I've got, I know that's all for nothing. I understand that now. I'm done. Done with making calls that will never be answered. Done with sending messages that will never get replies. Done chasing after my amazing, kind big sister that everyone called a prodigy. I'm done with it all. Every time. I was always so nervous whenever I tried to call Big Sis. I'd struggle with it for several minutes, even hours before I finally gathered up the courage to hit the call button. I'd call even though deep inside I was secretly hoping she wouldn't answer. And yet every time she didn't answer, I'd feel like crying anyway. All alone, I did this over and over again for 7 lonely years, and after she left the island. I'm an idiot. I really am an idiot. She was just avoiding me the entire time. Big Sis never saw me as anything but a pain in her ass. All the tears I've been holding back threatened to come bursting forth. I raise my head to try and hold them back. I look around me. Mr. Canny is staying nearby, furiously operating his Pokemon with his big hands. Kai. Hey. Where are you? No matter how much I search, I can't find my beloved childhood friend. He let go of my hand just a bit ago, but where did he go? Kai. Come back. I wonder what Kai thinks of me. When the Robotics Club was disbanded, he made that promise to me. Is it still okay for me to believe him?
Don't move. The gun I'm pointing at Sawada is trembling pathetically. I'm normally calm and collected when I play like ranked kill ballad, but this is a completely different story. The sensation of the gun in my hands. Its weight. It looks just like a toy, but in reality it's extremely thick and feels very heavy. Shit, with openings like this, I'm practically asking to get killed. Just thinking that is enough to make me feel anxious. It's you.
Sawada stays flat against the wall, making no attempt to move. Even with a gun pointed at him, he doesn't try to run away. It looks like you're hurt. His left leg is soaked in blood. The blood spread throughout his suit, darkening it. Thanks to Zenomiya's lovely display. You don't need to point that thing at me. I never had any intention of harming you from the beginning. I slowly lower the gun. As I go to put it back in my pocket, put the safety on. I imagine you want to avoid any accidental discharges. Safety? I look at the gun and find something that resembles a switch, but I don't know if it's safety or not. I rarely look at Sawada. He gently nods, so I flip the switch to on and stuff the gun in my back pocket. The ambulances aren't coming, so we can't treat your wounds. I'm sorry. Do not worry about me. I performed emergency treatment myself. I stopped the bleeding for the time being. Despite being injured, Sawada's oddly calm. Man, this guy has no weaknesses at all. It's kind of frustrating, but I'll deal with it. I glance at the devices on the floor nearby. As far as I can tell, they're metal boxes. Each is about the size of a bulky dictionary. The letters NIV are written on the surfaces. There are 4 of them strewn about, 3 of which have been violently disassembled with their circuit boards and various cords yanked out. What are these? Silent weapons. You're fucking kidding me, are you? You're fucking with me, aren't you? You could say they are the source of that magic. The tower... What do you mean? You live on Tanegashima, correct? In addition, you are the one who found the Kimijin reports and spread them across the world. Oh my god. I get it. No. No, no. No, no, no. I get it now. I know what he's talking about. It's become reality. It's Gigalomania, isn't it? This is Gigalomania. The power of a Gigalomaniac. Gigalomaniac's powers only work if it can be, like, believed by more than one person. If people have to witness it or whatever. You should understand what I mean. But, oh no. But if that's the case, then I've gotten the whole thing wrong. I don't think Kimijin Miko was ever the good guy. Kimijin Miko was intentionally wanted this to spread. If it all spread and everyone believed in it, combine that with the power of a Gigalomaniac, or even the silent weapon that can copy a Gigalomaniac's power, then you bring those things that were said in his report to life. These things were never going to happen if we didn't spread them. But now they're going to be real. I gulp involuntarily. How did you know it was me? Even online, nobody figured out it was me. I've been monitoring you ever since I first saw you at Rebel 1. Why would you do that? I suppose you could say I was doing a follow-up investigation on the test subjects. I don't follow what he's saying at all. Don't tell me. Is Kai a Gigalomaniac? But despite my own confusion, I can't let those words slip by unnoticed. Are you saying I'm a test subject? Is Kai a Gigalomaniac? What did you do to me? I've done nothing to you. Nothing at all. Then... electromagnetic irradiation. Huh? You were involved in an experiment involving electromagnetic irradiation. That is what I am saying. Electromagnetic irradiation. Experiment. It suddenly hits me. In my 18 years of life, there's only one event that could fit that description. The anemone. The MF anemone! The devices scattered across the floor are the same as the ones that were employed back then. There were several of them placed around the island, around the inside of the venue. The devices are likely not restricted to this location alone. I heavily suspect that there are more hidden all across Odaiba. Wait, slow down! You're just dropping a bombshell after bombshell like there's nothing, and you expect me to keep up? What do you mean an electromagnetic radiation experiment? What the hell is happening right now? What would it be hiding them in Odaiba? It is magic. Did you not see it? That gigantic spire sprouting out from the sea. You mean the Grand Obelisk? Every person in Odaiba can see it with her own two eyes. But do not be fooled. It is merely an illusion. It is simply augmented reality for the naked eye. But I'm actually quite surprised you did not consider that until now. Do you really think a structure of that scale could be constructed in a matter of hours? It's like he could read my mind. Yes, I definitely had my doubts. But I didn't entertain them. I didn't even try to. But is it really possible for everyone to see the same illusion simultaneously? Oh, you have no idea, Kai. We've got 2 entire games that tell us how possible that is. This device is capable of that. Swa shifted his gaze to the boxes on the floor. Devices that emit electromagnetic waves in order to show the wait, no, this is Kaido. Devices that emit electromagnetic waves in order to show illusions to the masses. Something like that was written in the Kimijima reports. He said that the Tavistock Institute was doing research into that kind of technology. But I didn't see any illusions on the MF Anemone. In fact, all it did was leave me with these weird seizures. I've heard previously that the data on those devices was lost 10 years ago, during the Shibuya earthquake. No. The Shibuya earthquake. That same earthquake is what caused so many people during the Chaos Child game to gain artificial Gigomania powers. Therefore, it's entirely possible that the experiment on the MF Anemone utilized an incomplete version of the technology. Are you telling me that Aki-chan and I were human test subjects? That's what I've been saying since the beginning. It was you then! Do not misunderstand. I have already told you that I did not carry out the experiment. I went back to Earth to shout at him. You're not from the Committee of 300. How much do you know about me? What a way to answer my question with another question. It's just that your father worked as a special advisor for Tavistock. I see. Swallow laughed himself, or perhaps at himself, before returning to his piercing gaze. Then without answering my question, Hidden Han. His whisper sends a chill down my spine. That word again. The invisible hand of God. And Kagame Kagame. Both are keywords related to the Illuminati. Had you taken notice? You're fucking with me. Illuminati? It was a secret society that existed for well over 200 years. One that operates beneath the Committee of 300. Are you serious? It's said that Kagame Kagame is a metaphor for the Star of David. Wait, but Kagame Kagame is just a kid's song, isn't it? I believe I already told you. They've existed for well over 200 years. Both the Committee of 300 and the Illuminati were established in the 17,000s. Japan was still in the middle of the Edo period at the time. It would not be strange for those invisible rulers to have extended their tentacles into the Far East, into the Golden Land, so to speak. Then it's the Committee of 300 is it the Committee of 300 that's singing Kagame Kagame to everybody's Pokécons? Presently, I believe that is their method of signaling to begin experimentation. experimentation. More experiments. We are witnessing the display of a fabricated reality on a global scale. Propaganda. No, let me rephrase. It is something far more powerful than that. Brainwashing. A whole new level of augmenting reality. At this very moment, all manner of propaganda are being implemented in real time. The reality of the common people is being distorted. An artificial paradigm shift attributed to the manipulation of information. One could say all previous experiments up until this point were held for this very day. This is the harbinger of Project Adam. Project Adam. What is manipulating information supposed to accomplish? The news that Odaiba collapsed will be exposed for the lie that it is within the day. Then what? Something like this can't get billions of people killed. Are you aware of what brought about the global chaos that has been occurring over the past several hours? Swat immediately changes the subject. A solar storm, right? The biggest one we've seen yet, even stronger than the crash 15. Because of it, electronic devices can't be used, and the chaos... There has been no solar storm. What? Huh? What is he trying to... He's right! Because Pokecoms are still working! But NASA published the data, and the media reported on... NASA has been under the Committee of 300's thumb ever since its creation. The mass media is also no exception. They are the vanguard of information manipulation. There hasn't been a storm. No, yet the world is falling into chaos over this false information. This is the fabricated reality propaganda has brought. You too are experiencing it at this very moment. A giant pillar emitting light. The sky erupting into a vast sea of rainbow. The media panicking over Odaiba's collapse. And yet here we are having a perfectly normal conversation. Pokecoms are also function as normal. A fabricated reality. Normally, nobody would ever believe that Odaiba has collapsed. But thanks to the spread of Pokecoms and Iruo, the entire world easily bought into this false narrative. To the people of the world, Iruo is now more real than reality itself. Jesus. So it's flippin'. What's supposed to be digital is becoming reality, and what's supposed to be reality is becoming the fake. If images of a collapse of Odaiba are uploaded to Iruo, even if only half the users believe what they saw, that alone is over 1 billion people. If that many people truly believe something, reality becomes unstable. That is how ill-defined concepts like common knowledge are. Fabricated information can easily take the place of reality. Simply observe the history of mankind. History has always been written by the victors. That applies and extends to this very day. You make it sound like Pokemon and Iruo were involved in this whole conspiracy. It seems like one hell of a reach. If you go that far, you might as well say that every product in the world is part of some master plan. Alright then. Then is the robot boom also part of this propaganda? That is correct. I was being facetious, but Sawada replies quickly without a hint of a smile. Did you not find it unnatural how the Gunfaro anime became such a worldwide hit? How it brought with it the subsequent robot boom? There have been countless mech anime produced over the years. Why would this one in particular become such an explosive hit, reaching heights far beyond its competitors? Is he trying to say that this was propaganda too? I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just call that good at advertising, right? The robot boom stands out as the far more natural occurrence between the two. Reason being that bipedal robots are a selection of culture that was cultivated in and does not extend beyond Japan. It is a niche field of research in the rest of the world. If you examine other countries such as America, you will find that they chose to prioritize 4- and 6-legged robots. Companies do not operate for the sake of romanticism. Despite this, the number of bipedal research firms has exploded in recent years. It is reasonable to assume that the committee was at work behind the scenes. There are traces of vast sums of money being moved around. Why would the Committee of 300 push for robot development? To make Project Mars a reality. Upon Project Adam's completion, the population will be culled to 1 billion. The technological advancement of bipedal robots will allow maintenance of human society. At any rate, the committee's ultimate goal is the completion of Project Adam. X Day is soon approaching. The fate of 5 billion people will be determined in the days to come. Hidaka Hiromu? The wind is more human than usual. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember who Hidaki... Why do I not remember Hidaki Himoru? The sky is overcast with dark clouds. Looks like it's going to rain. Expecting that, I clicked my tongue. If it was going to rain, I shouldn't have come out on the boat in the first place. I don't normally go out to sea at this hour. Go fishing... Oh, this is... Oh! This is... Subaru's dad, isn't it?
I go fishing well before sunrise, and I'm back in the harbor before noon. That's why I'm always at home in the afternoon or out drinking with friends. That's been the rhythm of my life ever since I became a fisherman 20 years ago. I didn't often break that rhythm to go out to sea in the middle of the afternoon. I chose this time in particular to be out here because no matter what I do, I always get emotional when I'm home with my son. I plan to go home after aimlessly fishing off the coast for about 2 hours. I've been doing this for about 3 times about a week lately. A month ago, my son had an accident while working on a giant robot. He's still getting treatment for his legs. He's undergoing rehab at the hospital. They still don't know if he'll ever walk normally again without crutches. I forbade him not once, but twice from working on robots. When I heard he still hadn't learned his lesson, I considered disowning him. There's that saying, right? It's 3 strikes and you're out. He was injured as a consequence of his own actions. He has no respect for his father. He went sneaking around behind my back, not once, but twice. I trusted him and tried my best not to step on his toes after forbidding him from such things last summer. But he came back and made me look like a damn fool. In the end, not only was he badly injured, he even caused trouble for others. Not only that, but one wrong move and he could have died. I'm his father. It makes sense that I wouldn't just let him do as he pleases. Why robots of all things? Almost unconsciously, I muttered to myself. I'm surprised by my own words. Why robots of all things? Am I limiting my son's interests? Or am I questioning myself about why I'm so prejudiced against robots? Damn it. Why robots of all things? Maybe I'm just stubborn. I never cared about robots to begin with. But when my son got into them and refused to listen to me anymore, I couldn't let it stand. The hanging fish line hasn't moved for nearly an hour. Unlike when I usually go fishing, I haven't managed to catch anything decent. I never had much interest in angling, so you could say I'm unaccustomed to it. I don't care about catching anything, quite frankly. Lately, my son does nothing but go back and forth between his room and the hospital. He remains quiet during meals. He keeps his emotions below the surface. Even if I raise my voice at him, he just sits there completely still, quietly hanging his head. It's as though he's lost all passion for living. Like he's just going through the motions. I never thought he'd be so stubborn over giving up his interest in robots. Did I go wrong somewhere? I do my best to convince myself otherwise and dispel the thought. When I sigh, a cold droplet of water collides with my cheek. It's starting to rain. Time to head back. I pull up my fishing line and get ready to withdraw. It's then that I happen to see something in the corner of my eye. Something's flying in the air. Is it a bird? It's far off the coast. I raise my head, puzzled, only to doubt my own eyes.
Do I crash out right now? Do I choose to crash out and let all sanity let go? Do I? The temptation is exceedingly strong. I'll hold off for just a little longer.
They're robots. Countless black humanoid robots cover the sky. What the hell is this? Where did they come from? There wasn't a single trace of them a moment ago. All I can do is gulp as I gaze up at the bizarre sight. The end of the world. The thought runs across my mind.
The ultimate goal of Project Adam is to interfere with the sun's activity and cause an artificial solar flare. The method is written in detail in the Kimiji reports. Of course you would know that. Gases and plasma carried from the sun by the solar storm form an ultra-high-speed jet stream which collides with the Earth's magnetosphere. This can potentially cause a magnetic realignment phenomenon called a magnetospheric substorm. This substorm is what they are aiming to produce artificially. He's right. That's what's written in the reports. Its magnitude cannot even be compared to a solar storm. As an extreme example, you can think of it like the Earth getting directly scorched by a solar flare. However, the specific process for making one happen was intentionally left out of the Kimijima reports. Maybe Kimijima Ko just didn't know the specifics? No. Swallow lets out a small sigh. It's like he's tired of dealing with someone who doesn't understand his lecture. What does he expect from a rural high school student? 4 months ago, a certain item was stolen from CERN. Hold the fuck on! Excuse you? CERN? What is that name again? Why is that? I know that name. I've heard that name before. CERN. What is that name? It was in Steins Gate. I'm almost positive. I've seen that name before. It is! CERN is... It is them! But CERN's also controlled by the Committee of... What the fuck's going on? Calm down. I'm gonna wait to crash out later. CERN? European Organization for Nuclear Research, located on the border of Switzerland and France. It's possible that the stolen item was a weapon developed in absolute secrecy. A BHP. A black hole bomb. Oh, that sounds incredibly dangerous from the name alone. Is this CERN place a facility for building bombs? No, but there have been suspicious rumors surrounding it ever since the establishment. I received info from my acquaintances that it is directly operated by the committee. It seems they even tried to build a time machine. I can't hold it back! What is happening? Wait a minute! Your acquaintances, the only people that I know of that know of CERN is the fucking lab team from Steins Gate. Are you fucking acquainted with them? Who are you? What is this? I'm losing my goddamn mind! A time machine? Come on, this isn't some novel. Don't get me started, don't get me started, don't get me started, or I will kill! Returning to the VHB, once detonated, it creates a miniature black hole that sucks in everything around it, taking special care not to leave a single speck of dust. Nuclear weapons do not even compare in terms of instantaneous explosive energy. This is not something that should come across the hands of man. We have stepped into God's domain. They're going to use that to kill everyone. But hold on, something like this shouldn't cause a magnetospheric substorm, right? Indeed, setting it off on the surface would only serve to annihilate an area about the size of the Kanto region at most. At most? Why would you... They are planning something far worse, something far more efficient. They are planning to detonate the BHP not on the surface of Earth, but in space. That's why the fucking rocket's going off! That's why the rocket's happening! I see. So they're going to use the BHP to emulate a solar storm coming into contact with the Earth's magnetosphere? It is a place known commonly as a flashpoint, a location right between the Earth and the Moon, about 130,000 kilometers from the Earth. That is where the solar storm and the Earth's magnetosphere collide. By detonating a BHP there, it is virtually guaranteed to generate a substorm in the Earth's magnetosphere. It would hit the entirety of the Earth, resulting in the deaths of 5 billion people as stated in the Kimijima reports. I can't but gulp. It may also result in monopoles raining down the planet, much like at the park near your house. You fucking knew of that! Ah! This guy, he even knew about that! These numerous monopoles would be collected and managed by the committee, and humanity would enter a new 21st century industrial revolution. All of this included in the report detailed by Project Adam. The chaos right now is essentially a smokescreen so that they can launch the VHB into space undetected. But how? And from where? Wait, how heavy would a BHP even be? If it can cause an absurd disaster that affects the entire planet, something that powerful would be huge, right? I doubt it'd be something you can carry in a rucksack. And with our current level technology, we only have one way of sending stuff to space. A rocket. The puzzle pieces in my head start falling into place, taking the shape of a black rocket. No. The rocket being assembled at TNSC right now is going to be used to... How very perceptive of you. I was unsure before Sinomiya stabbed me in the back, but I am now. Well, there can be no doubt. They plan to launch the BHP from Tanegashima. What the fuck is happening? Misaki. By the time I enter the chief's office, the outcome has already been decided. Misaki! It's you! Side chief at the Tanegashima Space Center, Sinomiya Kenichiro, sees my face and his eyes widen. 4 of my comrades have guns pushed up against him. He's standing frozen still in front of his table. On top of said table is a single teacup and some pastries. I look at them and can't help but laugh at myself. Father, I apologize, but we have to restrain you. Who would have thought that this would be our first exchange in so many years? I certainly didn't expect this when I left the island 7 years ago. Even if this was inevitable. As far as missions go, the assault on the Tanegashima Space Center was an easy one. It's not a military facility, so the security in place might as well be decoration. They stood no chance against Kaminagi with myself on board. Or the 12 armed soldiers equipped with black military hugs that came with me. We made a fairly showy and imposing landing on the coast, and within 10 minutes of issuing our warning, everyone has fled. Should any futile resistance present itself, we would be forced to go around and kill everyone one by one. It's far more efficient for them to flee like they did. Their escape matters little. All means of communication between the island and mainland have been severed. No ships or aircraft will be leaving. Even if they leave by private boat and seek help from the JSDF in Okinawa, they won't be able to do anything. But while we let everyone escape, my father, the chief, stayed behind by himself. He chose to remain here as chief, granting the others enough time to escape. Does that sound right? Noble, certainly. But that's what people refer to as dying in vain. Why are you... It seems that Dad has forgotten that there are guns being pointed at him. He tries to draw closer to me, a dumbfounded expression on his face. I click my tongue and press my handgun against his head. Don't move. If you move, I will kill you. Dad stops in his tracks.
Can you explain what's going on? What is all of this?
You have no need to know. Is the rocket assembly complete?
Yes, it's done, but...
We'll be making use of it. Right now, launch sites all over the world are preparing for rockets for launch. It's a total coincidence. Due to reports detailing the high chance of a solar storm hitting in 2019, rocket launches were delayed worldwide. Then in November of last year, the storm arrived as expected. After that, countries all over started making launch preparations, so the timing ended up lining up. Tanegashima is no exception. The private company that requested this launch placed their order with JAXA right after the Earth was hit. Everything was proceeding perfectly according to plan. Simply put, we got to pick whichever launch site we wanted. The BHP is now in our hands. We brought it ashore with us, and we can put the payload on board any time. To get the cargo on board, we even brought a man involved in rocket assembly work for NASA. We can finish the work in little over a day. X hour for launch will likely be the day after tomorrow, at noon.
What on earth could you have checked for yet?
That rocket is the crux of Project Atom. Anyone who attempts to get in the way of this launch will be shown no mercy.
Wait, are you going to use that to commit an act of terrorism? You're going to smear your own country's space program with blood? Misaki, what happened to you? How long have you been like this? You were never the kind of person who could do something like this. You loved robots. You loved watching rocket launches. You were such a kind girl. And yet you've come to use a TNSC, a place your father is so proud of, for terrorism.
That's right. Noticing how weakly he's trying to argue with me, I reply with cold words. I want him to shut up. He's fallen to his knees, crestfallen, his shoulders dropping low. And yet he's still trying to lecture me.
Why here, of all places? Don't you remember, Misaki? This island is your home.
I'm fully aware. But do you want to know why we picked this place? It's because I just so happened to be your daughter. That's all. It wasn't out of resentment. It was the simplest option. Nothing more, nothing less. I've never been to launch sites in America or Russia. I am, however, intimately familiar with the TNSC, considering it was only a 15-minute drive from my old house by scooter.
Are you really... Misaki?
I don't want to continue this conversation. I give my 4 comrades a signal and they proceed to restrain Dad. I apologize, Father, but you're going to be held captive for a little while. Don't worry, we won't kill you. You'll be released right after the plan is complete. That said, if things go as planned, 5 billion people will be dead. You and I might not make it.
Misaki, stop it! Stop this! Rockets must be for peace and harmony. That's the spirit of JAXA. You've watched me ever since you were a child, so you must know that, right? Please, don't use that rock for something so awful. Misaki, listen to me, please.
Dad continues to try to appeal to me, so I draw close to him. Stop struggling. It's unsightly. I thrust my fist into Dad's stomach. Was he always such a small person? Has he thinned out over the last 7 years? I want to ask him if he's eating properly, but that's personal business, so I elect not to. As Dad groans in pain, my comrades drag him out of the room. Left alone in the chief's office, I take a look around. On Dad's desk is a Fink toy. Several months before graduating high school, I made one for everyone in the family. I reach my fingers out toward it. But the moment I'm about to touch it, my Pokecom begins to ring. I left video chat on for the mission. I open my video Pokecom and unmute it. There's no image. It's voice only.
This is Priest 1.
Priest, wizards, and Trebors.
Arrives at Point Beta, starting takeover operation.
Understood. Point Alpha is already under control. I look out the window. Dark clouds stain the sky black. It looks like it's about to pour any second now. I hate the rain. When it rains, rockets can't be launched after all. When it would start raining near a scheduled launch day, my usually calm dad would turn anxious and frustrated. I hated how it felt being around him when he was like that. If the launch got postponed, nobody in the family would be able to talk to him. So whenever a launch drew near, Aki and I would make little Bozu dolls together. Just to say that nobody in Tanegashima could compete with our Bozu crafting skills. Don't get sentimental, Misaki. I'm probably acting like this because even after 7 years, nothing here has changed. What's the weather report for the day after tomorrow? I speak out to no one in particular. There's nobody in this room right now but me. Or so I thought.
The weather for the day after tomorrow, February 28th, for Yakushima and Tanegashima, will be clear.
The same forecast as when I checked earlier. It's going to rain tomorrow. But the day after that will be sunny and clear.
Chance of precipitation, 10%.
I hate weather reports even more now. The center of my head starts throbbing in pain. I can't but clutch my forehead as I grit my teeth. So you're still standing there even now, Sister Centipede. In the back of my mind, I have flashbacks of that day. It was a terribly hot and humid summer night. The night sky was bright, as if it was lit up by the sun itself. I was covered in sweat. Sister Centipede, not Irie, looked at me emotionlessly. Saying nothing, she stared at me. Everything was decided on that day 9 years ago. That was the day that I was possessed. The day I was contaminated. I can't go on. I'm going insane. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you all later. Peace!